All right, guys. I wanted to make this video to support a black artist named Thumin, I believe, Thumin. That's her YouTube name. That's her Twitter handle. Go and support her. Um, I wanted to call attention to this because it's really messed up what happened to her, and Instagram really dropped the ball on this. But this isn't the first time where Instagram has actually victimized the victim. There was a case where this girl was being berated by someone and he was sending her inappropriate pictures. She put him on blast for it and they deleted her account. Um, so basically, she got racial scrutiny in her direction because she drew herself as Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service. Now, that's one of my favorite animes, and when I saw this, I'm like, oh, my heart, so cute. Apparently not everybody felt that way because she got more not great DMs. Apparently she's used to getting very racist DMs. Now, when I first started off on this platforms, yeah, I got that a lot. And it used to upset me to the point, but t- I'm at the point now where I'm like, wow, you actually took time out of your day to tell you how much you hated me. You really didn't have anything else better to do. I kind of feel sorry for you. Well, bye. I would report them and block them and just be done with it because I used to sit there and go back and forth with them. It's not worth it. That was when I was younger. So basically, what she started doing was putting them on blast, and she got even worse from that. People telling her basically she should just ignore them. Now, for all of you people who are like, oh, you should just ignore them, two of these for you. You are just like those assholes that when I was in school, where I'd be getting relentlessly bullied to the point where I didn't even want to wake up in the morning. Just ignore them. Fuck you. With something hard, sandpapery, and with no fucking lube. I just think that that's really messed up to tell someone to ignore constant harassment. I do not think that is okay. So another thing she does that I will never do is she was nice enough to censor these people's names out. I do not care about your privacy when you do stuff like that because here's my mentality. You chose to send me that disgusting message. You chose to have your name in it. You chose to say those repulsive things. You chose to press that send button. That was your own doing. Why should I sit here and cover your ass? Because then you'll have to face the consequences of your actions. But she's like, trying to discourage witch hunting and she doesn't want these people harassed. I will say, Thumbin is way better than I will ever be. I don't think that side of me will ever die out. I did talk about in the last video I'm uploading that I have changed a lot as a person. That is one thing that I've just never advocated for. I don't think people who do things like that deserve privacy. They made those cognizant decision to do that awful thing. That is their own doing at that point. They don't get to sit there and then whine about their privacy rights. So one person on Twitter particularly got really under her skin, and when I saw this, it got under my skin too, with them being like, I'm here for the art, not all this drama. So yeah, you don't need that follower. I'd tell them to unfollow me. I'd actually block them. I demand they no longer look at my content for the simple fact that it's not drama. This isn't like, oh my god, Katie said that Carrie said that Jaylee said that you said that she was like a slut. That that's drama. Someone being attacked for skin tone is not drama. That's a racial attack. Telling people to ignore stuff like that doesn't make it go away. It just basically makes it basically gives a safe haven to the trolls to continue to do that. That's what that does. That doesn't help. You're telling her to suffer in silence. In my opinion, you are very, very much, you are like, I think, a grain of salt below the level of people who will tell people who got forced into relations they didn't consent to be quiet about it. And then when they do say something about it, they get attacked. You are very close to those people. Like, you're a grain of salt away from those people because you are telling a victim to keep their mouth shut and to not oust the person or to not oust the people that are victimizing them or that have victimized them. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make it go away. There was actually one person who I had to deal with on this platform, who, and basically for the sake that I will be trying to focus on thumbing, I won't say this person's name. I don't care about their privacy. I more care about thumbing. They sent people after me that they knew had those bad views to attack me because I didn't want to be their friend. And they would say awful, disgusting things to me. And it was one of those situations like, why would you? And then one of them was even like, racism isn't going to go away because you whine about it, so just shut up. Her fucking girlfriend at the time. Look, it's not whining. We are fucking human beings. Melanin in our skin, melatonin is something that makes you go to sleep, does not give you the fucking right to attack, abuse, or tell us not to draw ourselves. I have seen this a lot with black artists. They will get scrutiny for drawing themselves as Sakura Haruno or drawing themselves as Sasuke Uchiha or so. Why? We don't get a lot of representation in the anime community, and they're like, "Oh, Sarah G. right for blackwashing an Asian character." This is something that I feel is very, very fucked up. It's an imaginary character, just like the whole Little Mermaid. Not my Little Mermaid. This is a very fucked up thing to bitch and whine about a white character being drawn as black. And if anyone tries to say the Little Mermaid thing, was something else, these girls were literally saying, "Oh, you should be the Little Mermaid because these girls look like the Little Mermaid." They didn't even apply to the acting skill, so it was about skin color. It wasn't about acting skill. Maybe the black actress was just fucking better. And Michelle even said, "Hey, I think this is Disney giving it to the black people." And I gotta be legit. I agree with her. I think this is Disney throwing one for us. Just saying. But back to Thumbin, she drew herself as an imaginary character. It is, and then someone stole her work without her consent. That is actually illegal. You cannot do that. They stole her work and they drew racist characters of it. I've seen them. And some asshole on her Twitter page said, "You should be happy that they go out of their way to mock you with effort." Like, so what? We're gonna congratulate bullies for finding new ways to torment their targets? Once again, these are people that I would block. I would not want these at Thumbin. I would not want these people as my following. I have tweeted about it and I've been very supportive about my Twitter channel is ridiculously small. Only because I didn't really hop on Twitter when it first came out. So my Twitter thing is like I got 28 followers. I'm a very very small channel. I'm a very very small. I like it that way though because when I do get comments and stuff, I get good interaction with the people I'm talking to. I like where I'm at. I'm not on here for you know to get like big and noticed. I'm just here to upload stuff I think is interesting. So, back to, Thumbin. These people were saying really fucked up things to her. People basically telling her she needs to be quiet about it. Trolls saying horrible stuff to her. She's reported them. Nothing's getting done about it. And then Instagram taking her photos down, calling attention to it, and then threatening to delete her account that she has blood, sweated, and teared to get to where it is today. And they're threatening to basically snatch it all from under her after doing nothing about the people that are hurting her. That really pissed me off. This once again, I have a lot of empathy for her because I've been in situations where I am getting relentlessly fucking tormented and I'm told, "Oh, just ignore it." When I reach out for help, I'm ignored. As a black artist who's had to deal with this scrutiny, I can understand where she's coming from, and I get that people of different ethnicities will most likely never fully understand where we are coming from. But it's one of those things where it's like, but you may not understand you because of certain situations or certain differences, but you don't get to tell us that we have to be quiet about it. You don't get to tell Thumbin that she has to be quiet. You don't get to tell Thumbin that she's being a drama queen. You don't get to tell Thumbin to just ignore the trends or just be grateful they're mocking you with creativity. Yeah, one of these for you, motherfucker. You don't get to do that. And once again, she's very gracious because she is censoring out the names of these people. She's being nice. She doesn't want, and I'm just like, dude, you see, that just shows these people have no fucking hearts. Because if I legitimately was horrible enough to do that, and then I saw the person was like, hey, I don't want this person witch hunted, but I do want to talk about what they said, I would be very dissuaded from bothering them again. But you see, that's coming from a good place, and I don't think any of these trolls come from a good place. And a lot of these people, like, I have actually run into one of my trolls IRL. These people never had big mouths in real life. And as a matter of fact, they were like crying and begging me not to expose what they were doing. The worst part is when I think about these people who are saying these things, these people probably have black friends. These people probably have black coworkers. These people probably have black people in their lives who have no idea that they're like that. And that's very frightening to me, honestly. But yeah, it's not okay to tell her to be quiet about it. It's not okay to dismiss this as whining, and it's not okay to tell her that she is the bad guy for calling attention to this situation. It's not okay to steal her work and make racist characters of it. It's not okay to send her terrible messages telling her to commit die, to kill herself, to end her life because she's got melanin in her skin. Gross. And you see, she even asked in a video, what's wrong with being me? Like, she's like, could that guy have been looking at me in disgust because I was black? What's wrong with being me? You know what's wrong with being you? Three things: jack fucking shit. But there's always going to be stupid people around who are going to hate you for no reason. There are people, black people are always going to have to deal with someone who's stupid. Someone who's just ignorant. Someone who just thinks it's okay to hate someone because of melanin in their skin. And I just don't get it. I stopped trying to understand it because there's a famous saying, the very definition of madness is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Yeah, by the 50th time of trying to reason with these people or trying to go back and forth, I realized, like, hey, this is stupid. Uh, being silent about it, though, ain't the answer. I totally agree with her on that. Talk. And someone actually drew a picture. Let's see, I need to find this person's picture on Twitter. It said anybody can be Kiki, and it drew Kiki in different ethnicities and different hairstyles, not hairstyles, hair colors. Oh, and hairstyles, yeah. And it was beautiful. And I was like, thank you so much for drawing this. Let's see. It's Wolfie Princess 17. She drew this. Anybody can be Kiki. She's of different ethnicities, different hair stylings, different. I love it. I fucking love it. And yeah, it's an imaginary character. Anybody can be Sailor Moon. I loved her drawing of Sailor Moon. You can call it blackwashing till you pass out if you want to. We don't get heavy representation in the anime community, and we like it, so we work with what we got. There's nothing wrong with it. And a lot of people like to take the ignorant argument and be like, "Oh, well, what if someone took one of your black characters and made them white? Yeah, that'd be a straight slap up in the face. We do not get a lot of representation. We don't." So I that defense to me is voided. It's like it's like, yeah, you've got the one black character in the series that you're gonna turn white. Yeah, that's or maybe just introduce more black OCs. I would love a black Sailor Moon character. I was pretty sure there was one until I found out it was fan art. Or the quote unquote black characters were of different ethnicity. They weren't actually black. I I'm just I think it's really horrible to threaten to kill someone or to tell someone to kill themselves because they drew themselves as an imaginary character. So yeah, Thumbin, if you're watching this, I want you to know that you're an amazing creator. I love your creations. I love your drawings. I love your work. You are absolutely right to speak out. Instagram's wrong. You're right, but I would unfortunately have to advise you against trying to post about this on there again. for the simple fact that I do not want to see your work decimated like that. I don't want to see your entire foundation from the ground up just wiped away like that. I don't want that for you. And I know it's hard and I know that feels like a loss, but you don't always lose when something's a loss. You've just learned that Instagram is not a reliable platform, as unfortunate other creators have had to learn to call attention to certain things. It's not. I want you to know that you're an amazing person. There's zero wrong with being you. I would not change myself at all for the universe. If I got the option today or tomorrow to change to the ethnicity that people preferred so that I wouldn't have to deal with certain things, because yeah, it pops up every once in a while. I'm not gonna lie. Like there was one time where it was really bad. I was like, whoa, like because I had honestly forgotten there were people like that because I've been dealing with so many good people. But there's nothing wrong with being you. There's nothing wrong with being different. There's nothing wrong with being African American and liking anime and wanting to draw yourself as an anime character. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You are an amazing person. You're an amazing artist. You deserve to be able to exist without constant harassment, death threats, and bad messages. You are not the bad guy for calling these people out. You are not causing drama. You are standing up for yourself and you are calling attention to a situation in which you are being harassed, abused, and threatened, which you have every right to do. Your abusers and harassers don't have the rights to privacy, but you are being a nice person and you're being better than I could ever be, and you are not putting them on blast. All of those people who supposedly follow you and, are leaving comments like, oh, I'm here for the art, not all this drama, I would recommend blocking them. Those aren't people you want in your life. People who basically tell you that you are a bad person for not liking being harassed over melanin in your skin are not people you want as a following. You deserve better. You deserve people that are going to love you and who are going to support you and who are going to think that you are the great person that you are. There's nothing wrong with drawing yourself as Kiki. You're an amazing human being. It was a cute drawing. That person's bullshit ass drawing of yours, they can go burn. They legitimately can go burn. You put heart and soul and love into that, and they put hate and anger and malice into theirs. Anything you put love and legitimate effort into, I thank you for. I love your art. You're a great artist. Keep creating. Don't ever stop. Don't let haters stop you from being you. Don't let haters stop you from creating. Don't let haters stop you from loving what you love.